Travelers, and welcome to another episode of Tales of Teyvat, a Genshin Lore Podcast. In our last episode, we went to the deep, dark depths of the desert, where trauma, Lillipar, and now some dead bodies seem to exist. When we talked about the Dirgebil Quiz Jet's Story Part 2. This week, we're returning to Inazuma, where we're going to talk about Top Dog with the squishy ears, General Gorou.
Is your tummy a little rumbly? Hold the lettuce and diarrhea and embrace the puppy over at our website, talesofteyvat.com, where Tiff has whistled up a new page for this episode and all of our episodes, showcasing each tale in its own outdoorsy, lesbianic way.
If you like what you see on our site for this episode, you should check out our past episodes as well. Each touch on important topics like B said, and then we have some fun stuff too, like TikToks and artist spotlights.
Finally, feel free to email Albedo at talesofteyvatpod@gmail.com, where he will make sure that you're not sending us anthrax or lettuce parasites, or anything else for that matter, except for good, hard mail. You can let Albedo know what topics you'd like to see in the future and what you thought of this episode here and what questions you might have for the tots later on. Additionally, travelers can feel free to check us out on Instagram, Tales of Teyvat Pod, or on Twitter, Tales of Teyvat. We are also on Thread, Blue Sky, and YouTube under the same channel names. And lastly, travelers can feel free to check out our Ko-fi, where you can buy us a cup of coffee, or check out our merch store, where all proceeds go to funding the Twink Tank, adding an additional day to the Twink Tank, possibly, theme-wise, and making sure that the podcast is up and running smoothly, including making sure our web software and editing programs are readily available. Now, before we jump into this, we have a very special guest here in Angel Share with us. You may recognize her from episodes such as Fischl or Venti.
Ooh.
We have Vanessa.
Vanessa.
Welcome.
Bow, bow, bow,
Vanessa. Thanks for having me. Very excited to be back, as always. Love having you.
Thank you for joining.
I love Angel Share. It looks like they cleaned up the place around here.
Well, that might be our fault. We've definitely been involved in some unsavory things happening in here.
Not me, because I'm an angel.
Oh, okay.
I think Tiff's the main culprit, personally. But that's fine. That's fine.
Oh, it's nice. And thank you for having me. I'm glad to be back talking about fun old Genshin characters from the early days of the game.
Oh.
So we love having Vanessa on here at Tales of Teyvat because she is one of our dear friends outside of Genshin and with Genshin. We love her so much. But also, we picked Vanessa to come on this episode because Brandon and I need support today.
Oh.
Are you calling in the big guns?
Yes.
Oh.
We pulled in a big gun as we enter some dangerous territory today. We are going to be talking about General Gorou, which I just found out moments before this episode recording is not Gorou. And I'm losing my mind a little bit as I try to correct my pronunciation.
No, go ahead, say Gorou. Like, who cares?
I'm going to say Gorou, probably.
I'm going to say Gorou.
Oh.
Go figure.
You don't like him, though.
I don't like him.
So you're not going to honor.
There will be no honoring.
Yeah,
Tiff.
Tiff will do it out of spite.
I'll try.
I'll come up with something worse.
Oh my God. What are you going to call him, Tiff? Are you coming up with slurs for the dog character?
Yeah.
Like, I'm waiting.
Mm-hmm.
She'll be like, Gerau.
Gorou.
You call him Garage.
Get a grip, Gorou.
Gorou.
Garbage. Yeah.
Garbage.
Yeah,
Just garbage. Garbaggio. Okay. So we're going to take a second here before we actually start talking about his lore. And we're going to give Tiff a second.
Okay.
We're giving her like kind of
I'm getting rant ready.
Yeah,
Rant
so
ready.
we're gonna. This is like Festivus for those of you who know Seinfeld, where you can air your grievances. I am handing Tiff and Angel Share right now the Festivus poll. I have decorated it with stickers of Gorou. Sorry, it was that or Albedo. And here it is, Tiff. You get a few minutes to tell us right now your qualms, your vexes, your issues and then we'll see what we can do the rest
your
of the
hexes.
episode.
Yeah, get it out of your system now.
Travelers, you know when you've met somebody and you just go, I hate their face. I'm not really even sure why. I just hate them.
I have to pause already. I've never done that before.
Never hated someone on.
It'll happen.
Not yet. Unpause. Continue.
I honestly just found him to be a weenie and not in a
Oh.
good way. Like
Okay.
he just seemed he had so much potential. And maybe it's the fact that he's such a simp for Kokomi and it's his stupid face. He drives me crazy. I know that he's a smaller character, like build wise, I mean. So it's not like I can't necessarily blame his clothing like I do. I mean, I love Sino. I just think that he shouldn't be wearing shorts. His like kind of I want to be an S&M doggy, but I don't because I have
What?
on bright colors.
S&M?
Just,
We have to pause again.
I don't know. I think
Well,
you're
this,
playing
like-
a different game.
I ripped the pole out of your hand for a second, Tiff. What the fuck?
What game are you playing?
S&M, dog?
Yeah, he's got like all like there's no reason for him to be wearing a collar. He's not actually a dog. He has a collar. He's got like a belt around his fucking neck and then a belt across his chest. It's a very S&M.
A war general.
War generals don't show your midriff.
I have qualms about that too. We'll get into that.
I'm going to hand the pull back. I have some things to say about that later. Here's your pullback. Continue.
And then the way that they tie the bow underneath the belt buckle collar, it looks like a bell. So it's like he really is a dog that's just running around.
You don't put a bell on a dog.
And then he's got Karen hair. Can we talk about this?
Yes,
That hair is Karen hair.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair.
that's my main reason I didn't like him.
Mhm.
The Karen hair and his clothes.
What more do you need?
A lot more, honestly.
I feel like they could have, to tap into your poll, if you'll pass it over to me.
Oh yeah, go for it.
I also didn't like him initially. Probably, well, obviously the haircut, the Karen haircut is awful. And I hated his clothes. I felt like they could have made him so much cuter. If you look at Diona,
Yeah.
that's cute.
About
And then
the comparison.
Well, we're talking about other animal people, right?
Mhm.
Karara, Tainari.
Well, they have the same eyebrows too, don't they?
I think so.
Slightly.
Karara and Tainari are great. I mean, I know they came after him.
Oh, no. Diona came first. Oh, you said Kirara. I'm
Karara
sorry.
and Tainari came after him.
Oh, they do have similar eyebrows. Wow.
They had such an opportunity to make him cuter and they just didn't. So I didn't like that. And then, of course, I think my dislike originates from the fact that we were all C6ing him around the same time. And like, I did not want him at all. I didn't want him at all. I was like, why do they keep giving this dog to me?
Now, Amanda, are you offended because he's featured at the Twink Tank?
No. No.
Okay. Just wondering. Because he is a twink.
He is a twink. That is not one of the reasons why I dislike him. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, and the Twink Tank has other things to worry about, I think, when it comes to Gorou. It's fine.
What, like he's gonna pee on all the plants?
Whoa. I more so meant trying to hide that he's Miss Hina from himself while he's there. Because I definitely have Miss Hina merch up and about.
Oh, I see. So, like, there's like a Messina drag night. where
Yeah.
Somebody tries to get him, like, you know what? I think you should dress up like Miss Hina. You look a lot like her.
It's just venturing.
This should be the alt outfit for him, though.
Yes, but he'd have to know about it first.
I know.
Now, for travelers who don't know who this character is, Gorou, however you pronounce it.
Just go with Gorou. It's okay.
I'm going to moving on,
Say
but
it how
I
you
was
want
giving
to.
it a chance. He is the general of the Watasumi army in Inazuma. And a quick refresher for travelers who are like, why was there an army in Watasumi? When we first get to Inazuma, they're having a civil war. There's the shogunate, which is led by the Raiden Shogun and Kujo Sara. And the shogun has totally closed off the borders of Inazuma. No one is to come in or out, although people come in or out, including ourselves. And they are fighting the shogunate against the Watasumi army. Watasumi is the beautiful pinkish island all the way to the right of Inazuma, where we have have our entrance to Inkanomiya. They basically have a different opinion on the way that things should be, and Watasumi has been always treated differently. And
The right opinion, by the way. The right opinion.
yes. And we're not going to get into the Inazuma Archon quest right now. We'll talk a little bit about Gorou's involvement in it later, but that's generally the gist of what's happening. So there's an army in Watasumi, and Gorou is the general, and he works under Sanganomiya Kokomi, who is really the general. Like, I guess he's really like vice general, but they never say that. Is
No,
she
they
more
call him the
commander?
general. She's the commander.
Commander.
Mhm.
I know Gorou tends to call her like Your Excellency.
Yeah, because her title is like Divine Priestess, right? Or something like that.
She might be in charge of war.
She's in charge of
But-
fish and dogs and land that you can't grow on.
And Gorou.
Gorou.
And Gorou.
Yeah, you say he's simping for her, but like he works for her.
Yeah, he does, but like he is
He attaches the leash onto his collar.
Wow.
and like Kujo-Sara is a simp for the Raiden Shogun as well. We know that, but there's something that like she still does it in a badassery type of way. He does it in a way where I feel like he's gonna like literally like lick her toes.
Oh,
Okay. Well, I feel that way about Sara.
You want to lick her toes?
No.
I know what you mean.
Definitely do not.
Yeah.
Sarah has definitely tried to lick the Shogun's toes.
But I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know. Like,
Go on.
I don't like that he's very self-conscious of his tail because he is a half dog. He should embrace it. And I know I've mentioned that before in one of our other episodes is that he shouldn't, I feel badly for the fact of how badly he feels about himself. Like, he should take all that energy he puts into loving Kokomi into loving himself.
Oh, I feel like we're getting somewhere.
No, we're not. It's really not. I said it once and then we're moving on.
But Gorou's love also extends past Kokomi and onto his troops and their
Mhm.
families and stuff
Not
like
to
that.
himself, though.
Okay, that's a lot of people. In a lot of people in this game, a lot of people, me, like there's a lot of people who don't necessarily like put that onto themselves. Like that, I don't think that's fair.
I said though, that's the thing. I feel badly for the fact that he doesn't love himself. He should
Mhm.
take the energy and put it into himself. And I think he would
Well-
have a grander life for that. Whilst I hate on him, he should be happy while I hate him. I mean, I'm not evil.
You're a little evil. This poor guy. He will find himself. I believe in him. I think Miss Hina is going to help him tap in, I think.
Maybe
Yeah.
one day. For those of you who were confused a little bit about the Kokomi stuff, that we did do an episode on Kokomi. It's episode 63. If you're interested in learning more about her and seeing her side of her and Gorou's relationship dynamics. But she is the commander of the Watasumi army, and that's really the main thing you need to know. She's a priestess. She first appears to us floating down in bubbles, and it's pretty epic. Gorou does not appear to us that way, though. So when you guys first saw Gorou in the Archon quest, because I don't think any of us were playing when Inazuma characters were getting initially announced, what were your thoughts?
Oh, he has ears.
That was your thought?
Uh-huh.
I was also thinking, like, is he the first furry in the game? I was starting to think, I was like, oh, well, there was Diona.
Mhm.
But yeah, then I was like, and Razor kind of, but it seems like he's the first like real furry in the game.
He does feel like the first real furry.
Like it really embodies. I mean, Diona does too. They really do a good job of making her a cat. But Razor, I think, is like trying a little too hard. Sorry to any Razor lovers out there, but he just feels forced. But I feel like Diona and even Gorou do it very naturally in terms of the features. And then yeah, we eventually get Tainari and Lynette and all these other, you know. So I wrote down Gorou walked so that Kirara could run. I don't know. Maybe they tested it out with him.
Yeah.
But then I was like, how is this guy a respected general and his belly is all out? I don't understand.
Oh.
I'm like, dogs do need belly rubs, so maybe that's what they're going with. But like, how do you go to
Ooh.
war dressed like that?
Gorou has the abs out so he can have good aim. That's basically what it comes down to.
So Fischl has great aim. Her abs are contained.
But she's like a dress on. That gives
She's
a
not
little
a
more
dog.
flexibility than armor.
He doesn't have to have on armor. He could have on a tight shirt.
What is a shirt gonna do to protect his organs? Like nothing, just like the naked body.
It might save a scratch.
Listen, my dog doesn't like wearing shirts.
I just think it's too cash.
What are your thoughts about Sino and his shorts in the
He's
desert?
wearing beachwear, like to war. you know?
Yeah.
I mean, he lives at the beach, basically.
It's not time
Yeah,
for
the
the
war
beach.
was on the beach.
But
The
it's
war
time
is on
for
the beach
war.
with clams.
But it's time for war, not time for beach.
I feel like we should be grateful he didn't show up with a surfboard.
I mean, he may as well
Like
have.
Mulan.
If it was Natland, yeah,
May
forget
as
it.
well have, honestly. Yeah.
So I will say that Gorou actually has a voice line about the fact that he doesn't like wearing heavy equipment and therefore travels light because it's his style. And he says that his strength in the battlefield is really like his agility. Therefore, he doesn't wear a lot because it allows him to be more agile. And I'm guessing aerodynamic to a degree. It's like when you know someone who's doing like a triathlon and they're like, I shaved my whole body for the biking portion and the swim portion. And you're
Yeah.
like, why?
This seems
And he's a
BS-y.
mountaineer, so he likes to mountain climb, so he needs like less weight on his body.
The mountaineer lore about Gorou took me totally by surprise. I had no idea that he enjoyed climbing.
Mhm.
Where did that come from?
Not his dog side, that's for sure.
He's also like weird because he loves to be agile and like climb, but he also wants to be more muscular.
Yes, he is, like Tiff said, self-conscious.
He has an identity crisis.
Yeah.
I think the issue is with Gorou internally is that he wants to be Ito. Like, I think he sees guys like Ito and he's like, well, he should be a general. And then you talk to Ito and you're like, no, he shouldn't be. And I feel like he feels that he should be protecting his men, and his men are mostly NPC models that are bigger than him.
Yeah, and meanwhile his men are like, I love him.
Literally.
I don't want him to change. He's perfect.
Well, maybe he'll read some fun stuff in That's Life magazine soon that will help him.
Oh my gosh.
So we first actually meet Gorou in the Inazuma Archon quest.
Yeah. I know that we meet Kokomi in the cutscene with the resistance battle, but I know that Gorou highlights a lot in that video, but I think like literally meet him on the beach right before that, and then we're like, yeah, we're gonna fight with you.
Do you know who first introduces us to Gorou?
Heartbreak.
Tepe.
Oh, Tepe. Yes.
Sepe.
Oh.
A moment of silence for Tepe.
Mm.
And in case anybody needs to remember, poor Tepe. Tepe grew old very quickly, and he died
Very quickly.
very quickly on the side of a hut in Inazuma because he had a delusion.
Goodbye.
Goddamn delusion.
Damn delusion. Oh, Tepe.
First Krapus, then Tepe.
He was one of our first like random deaths. I feel
Yeah.
like in the story itself, like I mean, because like by this point you know Rex Lapis was like JK, not dead.
It was like the whatchamacallit thief and then Tepe.
Yeah. And like the thief, we just saw him dead. We didn't talk to him before he was dead. And Tepe was like our bud.
Oh, you're talking about the thief with the upside down animal
Yeah.
Archon statue in
Mhm.
Mondstadt.
Oh, I forgot about
thief.
that.
Yeah, he's just dead on the ground. Paimon is shook.
But this is like our friend. Yeah. Tepe is like with us for a bit.
And then you go to Natlan and there's just death on every
And yeah, it was just building up.
I think they were testing the waters. They were like,
Yeah.
what if we killed Tepe?
Like, can
Yeah.
you handle this?
And it was like, did Signora die before Tepe?
No.
No.
After?
Right after, yeah. I mean, technically in the same release, probably.
Because, like, Tepe at least had an NPC model. Signora, a lot of people had hope for. So when she died, it was like,
Yeah.
Some people still have hope for her.
I was just going to say, people still have hope.
Always hope.
That funeral, though. I still think about that funeral. all
That
the
funeral was
So
something.
good.
time. I think about it
I
all the
know.
time.
I do think about the release of that video.
Yeah, that's what
a
I
lot.
mean. Like, that's my Roman Empire. That funeral footage.
I feel like a few of us had just hopped off Discord when that came out, and we literally all came
We
back.
hop back on. Yeah.
Yeah, we're like, what the fuck is this?
Wow, we got sidetracked. Sorry about
Good
that.
time.
No. So Tepe, why does Tepe introduce us to Gorou the first time around?
So we rescue Tepe from some shogunate samurai, and he takes us to Gorou, who, by the way, when we meet him, he's like questioning our warrior's will.
Nice. Me too.
and why we want to join the resistance. And then he realizes that, oh, we're the traveler. So he understands that like we're the ones who interrupted the 100th vision ceremony where we saved Toma. And so he immediately lets us join the resistance, and then he's like, go to the front line immediately.
Yeah.
To work.
Something important just to know in terms of like Inazuma, like some institutional knowledge of Inazuma at this point, because some of you might be saying, why does Gorou care about Toma? Toma works for Ayato and Ayaka, who are technically shogunate. Remember that Ayato, Ayaka, and Toma were all secretly working with the Watasumi army.
Yeah.
So this was a big deal.
Yeah, and then later, Kujosara fights Gorou and tries to convince him to hand the traveler over to the shogun because, we stood up to her. And this is the robot version of the shogun. He refuses because we are a comrade. And then Kokomi, Kazuha, and Beto show up and we all fight. Then Kujosara retreats.
He really holds his own there, though. Like,
yeah.
Any ideas you may have about this kid up until this point should be gone. Like, you're like, okay, he's a real deal. He's loyal.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Tiff.
I was going to say, I think it added to me hating him. It's a great cutscene, don't get me wrong.
How?
It added to my dislike of him.
But how?
How?
Am I going to bring it through play by play?
Tell us.
Just don't like him.
Tell
I don't
us
like
the
his
inner workings of
demeanor.
their
I don't like his...
mind.
Well, no, we didn't ask why you didn't like him. We asked that earlier. We're asking
moment.
why
Yeah.
in that moment that made you like him worse.
Because I hated the way he was like spider monkeying all over the place.
What does that mean?
Because at that point I didn't like him, so him breathing
No,
made
I
me
didn't think he
dislike
did.
him more.
Okay. So you have
I'm
no
just-
basis.
I'm
There's no
just
basis.
saying right now that if Gorou was like IRL, he'd have a total right for a cease and desist at this point.
Like, leave me alone.
What the fuck? This is defamatory. Like, what is happening?
I mean, I could see you thinking maybe he's too spunky, but like that's his job.
We're gonna get a letter in the Kirara mail next week about from Gorou.
Oh my god.
It's gonna be terrible.
Listen, I get it. I have a friend who, for no reason whatsoever, hates Anthony Edwards, the actor from ER.
From ER? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely cannot stand his face. And like gets really angry every time she sees his face. And it's for no reason. Like, no reason. It's just like, no, I hate it. I hate it. I
Not
don't
everybody
wanna
is
see him.
for everybody. You know?
If you could be like, I've seen this actor on the show where he played a totally evil person and therefore I don't like seeing his face, I could get that.
I'm sure you don't
Anthony
need a
Edwards
reason.
was a doctor saving lives.
But he was other people.
But that's probably the breakout one where
That's what he's
people
known
know.
for.
Gorou is a general saving lives.
Yeah!
With his midriff
Ain't doing
showing.
shit.
With the midriff. It's
He's
cute.
carrying around her books.
I don't approve of the midriff out, but in this case, I mean, look what he can do with the midriff out.
Yes, exactly.
He walked so Kirara could run.
Yes. Kirara purrs in the corner.
She can run.
She's just like, thank God I didn't get the Karen hair.
I'll say this though. He's not fun to play with. I'll go on the Tiff side for a minute. I know I'm here for the big guns, but I'm going to say I love archers. There's nobody I love more. In fact, when you asked me to be on this episode, I was excited because, we did Venti, did Fischl. I like archers. I love Diona. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it doesn't fit the archer way of life for me. I don't know. It's just not fun to play with. It feels clunky. I don't know. It's a wasted C6. I want my money back.
Well,
I didn't even waste money on it.
He's basically built to buff Geo teams. Right?
Yes.
No,
yes.
and so I think that's also like I didn't really like appreciate Geo until recently. So I feel like it just when it first was given to me in a C6 that I didn't ask for, it just didn't resonate with me. I was like, I don't understand this at all, and I should like him, right? Like he's got this cool burst that's like AoE, and like I feel like I don't know. I just never committed to it. So
It's very just like if you have a Geo team,
throw
put
him in.
Gorou
Yeah.
for support. And
I got Albedo. That's all I need. That's my Geo teams. One person.
Ooh.
As you fucking should.
One person. No. Anyway,
Gorou was on my all Geo team originally, but he has since been replaced by Alua. So, sorry, Gorou.
By who?
wow.
Alua?
Eluga.
Oh, eat Lua.
Elua.
I was like, who the hell is Lua?
He's a Nod Cry character who has honestly more of a BDSM vibe than Gorou.
I don't see the BDSM vibes or any of that, but I think he's just wearing general clothing.
Yeah, I think that was Amanda's fantasy because Lua is twink.
No, I was saying that he looks like his outfit is more. Tiffany said S&M earlier for Gorou, and I'm saying that Elua has more of an S&M vibe than Gorou does. Because he's got
fantasies.
No, not in my fantasies. He has a fucking leather strap across his chest and knee pads.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, and I know that's important to you.
I don't know why. Oh. Listen, I'm not in control of what people do in their spare time. So back to the Archon quest, Brandon. You were saying that we had a cutscene.
Yeah, so that's it. Like he mentions later that it was surprising to see Kazuha, which I appreciate. Like I appreciate until I researched this episode, I didn't realize like how close Gorou and Kazuha are.
Yeah.
They have voice lines about each other, and he mentions that it was surprising to see Kazuha at the battle on the beach. And the last time they fought side by side was after Kazuha's quote unquote friend was slain. And he stopped by the resistance with his friend's vision before leaving. And then later he finds out that the army's quote unquote secret sponsor is the Fatui, and that their special weapons they've been giving certain troops are causing accelerated aging, which RIP Tepe.
Rip. Yeah, the relationship between him and Kazuha is very cute to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They speak so highly of one another, as fighters, and just it's cute.
I kind of ship it.
I don't know if I ship it, but I think that you could see the camaraderie.
Yeah. Kazuha is so hard to ship with.
You say that as we can list like 12
everyone I
ships
know
people has with him.
But nothing feels right to me. Like I'm like, no, that's not right. No, that doesn't feel right.
Pitching and Kazuha doesn't feel right to you?
No.
I'm still Team Kazuha Hutao.
Nope.
No. Mm-mm.
You had to play it. You had to be there.
She was too thirsty. That whole thing.
I played it and I rejected it.
She was too thirsty, that whole thing.
Oh my god. It was so good.
He was like,
It was Kazuha talking with someone else. Was it Kaching and Hutao being around the corner? Like,
Yeah.
hello.
But I do love the idea of Kazuha being with someone like high strung, and I feel
Kaching.
yeah.
Yoimiya.
Yoimiya doesn't strike me as high strung.
High energy.
Yeah, I could see it.
High
I've talked
energy,
about
yeah.
those two before.
I'm more Yoimiya Toma though.
They match.
But like Kazuha should be with. Let me rephrase. Kazuha should be with someone neurotic.
Oh, okay. So who is your specific person, Brandon? Because it sounds like you have a person in mind.
It's
Gorou.
not Gorou is not neurotic. I don't think.
Gorou is very neurotic.
You think so?
Yes.
I think he's very controlled.
He's very insecure. He's like very like always like, should I do this? Should I do that? Blah blah blah. And Kazu was like, let me write a poem about a leaf on the wind.
I think that Goru's neurotic behavior comes through a lot in his contact points with Yae Miko, and also in the Arataki Rockin' for Life Tour de Force of Awesomeness event.
I forgot about that.
Which one was that?
The Arataki Numero Uno Rockin' for Life Tour de Force of Awesomeness event that I'm literally gonna get tattooed on my fucking eyelids.
Please do.
Wait, no, please get it tattooed on your arm so you can read it anytime.
She doesn't need to. It's pretty well said.
Yeah, I just said it, guys. I just know it by heart because it comes up so
Every time.
much. Why does it always come up, guys? It's a little.
They love Ito in this game.
That's true. Me too. Max Middleman.
Any chance?
Totally random, but while I just brought up Gorou, I mean, Obviously, we're talking about that man. While I just brought up Ito and my man Max Middleman, I don't know if you guys are aware, but Corey Yee, who voices Gorou is not the first time we saw him. He has a few Mondstadt characters that he voices, including Diona's father, Draft.
He's Draft?
Oh.
Oh, wait, he's a dog again? No, he's a cat. He's a dog and a cat?
He also voices Mika's idiot brother, Huffman. He is the second best bard in all of Mondstadt, Six-Fingered Jose.
Ah!
And he plays some other characters, including Farah, who is one of the people you can buy fruit from in Springvale. Like not in Springvale, he's like between Springvale and D-Luke's home.
D-Luke's home. Not the Dawn Winery, but D-Luke's home.
Listen, we're in D-Luke's second home right now, so watch yourself. And he also voices the Abyss Lectors.
That's awesome.
Oh.
Really?
That is Corey Yee, everyone. It's so funny because, not to tangent too much on the voice actors, of course, but there's this one random, like, I think it's a Fatui or Treasure Hoarder NPC you run into in Mondstadt. I think it's that when you're in that domain where D-Luke saves you and Kaya claps. It's 100% Griffin Burns, who is Child. And, like, after you meet Child and you go back and watch the scene, you're like, what the fuck? Comrade? Like, hey, girly? Like, who is that? So it's fun to be able to actually say, like, for certain that Corey Yee is these other characters. So if you are listening to any of them and they sound familiar, they are your general.
Funny.
Not your General Mahamatra, though.
Is Huffman the guy that's obsessed with Barbara?
No, that's
No.
Albert.
Oh, okay.
Huffman is a knight of Favonius that kind of wanders. He is an alcoholic who abandoned his younger brother.
Sounds about right.
He would go get drunk and his younger brother would have to come over and like take care of him.
Sounds like Mondstadt.
His younger brother being...
Mika! But Mondstadt aside.
I feel like you could like teach a course on Mondstadt.
I do. They're my favorite. That's all. Like, gets all bashful, kicks feet under table, slams toe against bar. Anyway. I back to Kazuha and Gorou. I think they're bros, man. Like, I understand why people ship them, and I'm totally cool with that. It's not my personal favorite ship for either character. But they just get along so well, and they really have admiration for each other. Gorou actually has a voice line where he says he's learned more about what it means to be truly carefree and without constraints from Kazuha.
I like that.
I think as friends, they're a good, like, Kazuha is like, run away from home, write a poem, draw in the sand. Where Gorou is more like, maybe you should find some regiment in your life.
Yeah.
Like, maybe if you found stability, Kazuha, you would feel more grounded. Like, they kind of bounce off each other, and I think, Gorou can be like, Kazuha, no, you can't do this. And I think Kazuha would listen, and I think Kazuha should be like, Gorou, you can let go. And he'd be like, fine. So I think they'll listen to each other in those ways.
That's why I kind of ship them.
Yeah, it's totally understandable. I think that they bring a better version of each other out.
Yeah.
I love the loyalty thing too, which is like, again, tying into him being like this golden retriever, right? Like,
Mhm.
character of loyalty, where Kazuha says is never afraid to draw his sword for the sake of a friend, and I'm like, I love it.
Yes, I do. I think Gorou is a fantastic person to have in your life. Sorry, Tiff.
Do we know if Gorou and Razor have ever met?
So, Gorou has been to Mondstadt once that we know of.
Mm-hmm.
And Razor's never left, right?
Right. And I will say Gorou has met Lisa, but I don't think Razor was there for that.
No, I don't think so. Because I don't think Razor showed up at all, actually. Because I think we made a comment about it.
But I feel like those two would hit it off.
Yeah, and that was the potions on the beach, not cake by the ocean event. Alchemical.
The alchemical ascension.
I'm just imagining Razor like howling at the moon and Gorou being like, I know, girl. Like, I understand.
Do you think he would shush him, though? He'd be like, what are you doing?
No, I think he at
Stop.
first would maybe be uptight, but I feel like he would get real feral with him.
Ooh.
He He would eventually let it out, all that repression.
On that note, I just wanted to say that, Gorou can talk to dogs. So
Mhm.
we've seen him talk to the dog owner of the Komore tea house before, so.
Oh,
Yes, he understands what dogs are saying, quote unquote, by a single bark. And in his official introduction, he's described as a fierce and brave, but also loyal and affable. So, like a dog.
Literally a dog.
They're like, we're going to make this the dog character.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, who's the dog from the tea house? The Shiba Inu.
That's the tea owner of the tea house.
Does he talk to him?
Yes.
Mhm.
I don't remember that.
He's
but
like,
that's cute.
I think Toma can talk to him too. Terumaru.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, Toma, what?
I feel like Toma can talk to him like that little kid could talk to Lassie, like on that level kind of thing.
I thought it was his dog, but I don't think it is.
No, he used to be in the Shimatsuban. He's a retired Shimatsuban ninja.
The dog?
Yeah.
I gotta revisit the dog because I remember him being
Love
very
that fucking
cute.
dog.
Yeah, and he's very cute, but I don't remember any of that lore.
People are rewinding and listening to you saying dog.
Dog.
Well,
Dog.
that I can't
The
help.
dog.
The dog. I can't help that. But yeah. Oh, that's so funny. So Gorou, so there's a scene with Gorou and him talking?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cute.
But I will say though, the one thing they got wrong in the whole dog motif is that Gorou has a sweet tooth. And like you're really
Yeah.
not supposed to give dogs sweets for the most part. He likes tricolor dango, like that's his favorite food. And his hangout, we eat cake.
Oh.
And I feel like him and Albedo need to have like a little dessert party because Albedo also loves dessert.
Aw,
Are you shipping?
No, I'm just saying they need to have a party.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm
they
pretty.
need a dessert party.
A Geo love dessert party?
No. Although Navia can make macaroons for it.
So at the Twink Tank, when you have, Sundays,
Sundays only open to Geo users. There are also, I want to say a few patches ago, but it was at least 2 years ago, probably. We did an event where we cooked gifts for our comrades, and we received some voice lines from all of them based on if they liked or didn't like the gifts that you gave them, aka the recipes you made them. And one of his receiving gift voice lines is, I become powerless in the face of sweets.
That human element they got to bring in.
Yeah.
I mean, he hates onions, which is another.
And spice.
And spice, yeah. Which, I mean, as a previous dog owner, my dog would eat anything. He'd eat a sock.
I didn't know you had a dog, Tiff.
Yeah, I had a Yorkshire Terrier from when I was 8, I think,
Aw.
until I was 19. Yeah, his name, well, he was named after a street in Jersey City. He was being a...
Are we getting to the root of why you hate Gorou?
Yeah. No, I mean, he was not a teacup Yorkshire Terrier. It was like a regular sized Yorkshire Terrier. He was an amazing puppy, and I loved him still.
Aw. Did he have carrot hair?
I mean, at one point, he kind of did.
I think
I had to talk to my mom about that.
That breed just has that. No?
Yeah. Because at first when somebody was getting rid of him for bad behavior, but really it turns out that they abused him and he had kidney problems, which is what he ended up being, what ended his life too, which it makes me very mad at people fucking hurt any animal. But yeah, he was very much afraid of your feet because he was kicked, and
Aww.
we saved him.
Mm-hmm.
For a while, that's all he did was bite us and pee on the floor. And my mom told him one day, you're out if you keep doing it. And he stopped.
So he understood English.
He did. He understood my mother.
So your mom is Gorou.
My mom's a dog whisperer.
So it's Gorou.
Yeah. But yeah, at first he had the longer coat, so he looked crazy and looked like Gorou, and then he got a crew cut.
He got groomed up.
He got groomed up.
Anyway, so Gorou.
Can we talk about Gorou? You could tell me to fuck off because I might be derailing us. Did you leave Archon yet, or are you into the hangout?
Yeah, that was it for the Archon. We could discuss other stuff.
I vaguely remember Yae Miko like trolling him in the hangout and him being all like intimidated and weird. And it was like very funny because he's so like easily flustered.
By her, though.
Yes, by her specifically. And I have this picture in my teapot from the hangout because in my teapot, I like pictures of everybody in distress. And so there's a picture of them in distress with like Yae in the background, like it's like an image of her laughing. If you could link it, like that'd be great. It's hilarious. I mean, everybody probably has it from the hangout, but do they put it in their teapot? No, but I do. I like to see them uncomfortable. And I don't know what she said to him or that whole thing, but he was all bent out of shape. So I'm hoping you can recap for me because I actually forgot. But I know it's really funny how uncomfortable he is about her.
We're gonna get into the hangout, but first, I would love to talk about his just general military career because that informs his hangout.
It's so sad. So originally, Gorou was just like a normal guy in the army, right? Because that's what everyone hopes to be doing as the fifth born son. But whatever. Just a soldier. And he was in Gorgasia 2.
Okay, so I just want you all to know that, like, you know how I love to say, like, do like variations on gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of them now.
I think of this as Gorgatia.
Gorgatia.
It sounds like his drag family like name.
Yeah.
Like his house, the House of Gorgatia.
So I did look it up because I was curious if Gorgatia was like a real thing, and they're garden eels.
Ew.
Oh.
Ew.
There are a ton of garden eels in Inazuma on the beaches, like sticking their little heads out.
Well, I want it to be more fabulous.
Not Gorgatia the way that Gorou is.
Well, so you want it to be more fabulous. I did look up if Gorgatia had like a meaning or a symbol or anything. And they said that Gorgatia can represent 3 things: hidden strength, adaptability, aka flexibility, aka no body armor over tummy, and community.
Or Gorge Asia.
Or gorgeous. But like I think the hidden strength, community, and adaptability definitely are 3 words you could use to describe Gorou.
Yeah, true.
It reminds me of Ornacia.
Yeah.
You'll have to link that in the whatever.
Ornacia?
Ornacia. Yeah, that's a drag race thing.
Yeah, it was this like mannequin head that was all bejeweled.
Uh-huh.
And it belonged to what was her name? I feel bad, I don't remember. Vivacious, I think was it
Yes,
Vivacious?
Vivacious, yeah.
And it was this like head that she wore.
Ornacia is like more famous than Vivacious.
Yes, but that's what that reminds me of. That's Gorou's like drag house. Miss Hina's, I'm sorry.
Gorgatia.
Gorgatia.
That is so gorge, Asia.
So Gorou served in Gorgatia 2 specifically, just like how we served in Swordfish 2.
He served.
He served. And he was on a mission on like a mountainside, right? And his captain got injured.
Yeah, so their captain was like brought down by a straight arrow, and the whole unit was surrounded deep in the mountains. So they had like multiple options. They were like, okay, we can continue our mission and die, or we can ask for reinforcements, or we can open negotiations with the enemy and basically surrender. And they had no leader, and morale was very low and going lower. And so Gorou stepped up and was like, I'll lead us. And he led this larger part of the platoon into a faux attack while the rest of them slipped away to ask for reinforcements. When the reinforcements arrived, they attacked from both sides. And this took like days, by the way. Like they were like fighting off the enemy for days until the reinforcements arrived. So when they did arrive, it was led by like the new troop was led by Kokomi herself. So she got to see Gorou sort of being like the leader, and that's how he got promoted the first time. So he got promoted to captain of Gorgatia and then eventually worked his way up to general.
Yeah. Which is just awesome to know because, again, it was not something I knew before doing this episode. I did not know that he enjoyed mountain climbing. I did not know that he wasn't always a general, which was stupid. but like I should have known better, but I didn't.
You thought he just went right. He just like got himself right to the top, nepotism and all.
Yeah, you just applied for it. He said, "Hi, I'd like to be your general," and Kokomi said, "Sure."
Which, I mean, he rightfully earned the spot. There was no nepotism with him.
Yeah.
We know very little about his family. We do know they're not like military people.
Yeah, and that he's one of at least 5 siblings.
Yeah, comes from a family, a large family, a pack. But also, Kujo Sara in her voice line says that he's the 5th son, which makes sense because that's what the name Gorou means. IRL, his 5th son.
And you still hate him.
I was just gonna say, do you like him?
I mean, he's 5th. What's the 5th one gonna do for me?
Don't you feel bad that there's 4 others before
This is
him?
the Brady Bunch. He might be 5 out of 20.
I don't know. I feel bad for him being the 5th.
That was so Italian.
What's he gonna do for me?
This poor guy, he can't win.
No, he can't. No winning Gorou.
Poor little Gorou.
But so knowing Goru's backstory is very important as we go into his hangout. TBT to when we got hangouts, because we really don't get them anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't gone to hangout in quite a long time.
Mhm.
They're Natlan hangouts and
No. So
oh,
Natlan started doing this thing where you get story quests that are built into the tribes. So, like Mualani's story quest is built in with a chronicle story about the tribe that she's from, the people of the Springs. I want to say Lynette or Kaya were the last ones that we got, hangout wise.
Yeah, Kaya got like a second.
Yeah.
Well, was it even a second one or was it the first?
Right.
It was a first. Kaya's original thing is actually considered a story quest.
Yeah.
Okay.
The new one is a hangout with different options where you take him to Sumeru.
I remember.
Now with the hangouts, we haven't gotten one basically since Fontaine.
That's rude.
They are doing character stories again, like the characters that released that aren't from Natlan outside of Mawika have stories. So Mawika has a story quest, Mizuki, Escoffier, Skirk, Durin, Varka, Linnea, Lohan, blah, 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 blah. They all have story quests, but the other 5 stars from Natlan and your 5 stars from Nodcry do not.
Well, weren't they for 4 stars?
Yeah, hangouts were for
The
4
hangouts
stars.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your last hangouts were Lynette and Kaya.
So they've ignored the 4 stars.
Yes, for the most part.
Basically, yeah.
Which is sad because there's a lot of lore in some of them.
Which, I'm sorry, but like a lot of the hangouts are annoying. Like
Yes.
they're too slow. It's too much.
But isn't the
It's like,
artwork worth it?
sometimes.
When there's tragedy in that artwork, it goes right up on those walls.
Do you have the dead guy from Bennett?
Absolutely, I have the dead guy from Bennett. That's like the star of the show. Like, but the one with Gorou easily, like where he's like freaked out about Yae Miko is like second best.
Yes.
And then there's Diona mad at her dad for being a drunk. That's another good one.
And you can also get Shang Yun dead.
Yeah, this is one of like the really good hangouts in the game.
So why don't you take us there, B? Set the stage.
Recap for me, please. I forgot.
Yes. So we we find Gorou at the Yae publishing house talking to Yae Miko, and she's telling him a couple visits to that store will have your tail looking shiny and gorgeous because a tail like this needs a tender, loving care. Don't you agree, Gorou? And he's like, no, I don't agree.
Is she saying that he's dirty?
No, she's like, don't you want your tail to look beautiful and luscious and like fluffed out? He's like, no, I don't do things like that.
Yeah, she does have a voice line where she says he has a soft tail, but hers is softer. So like
What the hell?
yeah.
She wants him to love himself and his tail.
But like terrorize him.
She's
over it.
very aggressive about it.
I think she's trying to say he's dirty.
She's like a drag queen attacking like a baby gay. Like, love yourself. And I'm
Okay.
gonna like tease you until you do. So he's like, no, I don't do things like that. And so she's like, okay, well, I'm gonna call your bluff because I can tell that you take care of your tail because it doesn't look like nasty. So that means that you're taking care of it at least a little bit. And then she's like, and I'm going to guess that like at night, you like to curl up with your tail in a fetal position and you snuggle it. And Gorou was like, how did you know? No, I don't do that.
I'm dead.
And we show up and Gorou literally says, please save me.
I remember that. I don't remember this other stuff.
Yae immediately says, Gorou has a beautiful tail, don't you think? Doesn't it make you want to stroke it?
Oh my God.
Now that I say that, you remember that line, right?
Oh my God. Yeah.
I still don't. I must have blocked this whole thing out about the tail because I remember him being like, help.
Yeah. It just got worse from there.
Ugh.
Don't you want to stroke it? So then she says, don't be nervous. Just follow your heart's desire. And then the traveler looks at his tail after she says that. And so the guy is like, I have to go. After she like sows all this chaos. So she leaves and Gorou tells us that he's there to find books for Kokomi. Now that the conflict between Watatsumi and the shogunate has sort of ended, and the relationship is sort of warming up, so you can actually travel between the two. So he's like, I'm here to find some books for Kokomi, and he admits that he's bad at dealing with Yae Miko because she, quote, towers over him and speaks cryptically, end quote. And that's a weakness of his. So we offer to help him overcome his weakness. And this leads to like the different branches of his hangout. So branch 1 is we tell him that we can start with some theoretical study. And he's like, oh, that's a good idea. But he's not really sure where to start. So we're like, okay, well, why don't we head back to Watatsumi and ask around there? So we go back to Watatsumi. He decides to ask his army comrades who are older than him, but he's embarrassed to say like what's going on. So he tells them like the age-old adage, I'm asking for a friend. And no one believes him, of course. So he asks Shuhei, who says, your friend tends to listen very intently to everyone. So the best thing to do with this intense person that you're trying to, circumvent is to not hang on their every word and just kind of gloss over the difficult questions that they ask you. So that's the advice he gets from Shuhei. And then he asks Miwa, who says that his quote unquote friend should try harder to mask his feelings.
Oh my God.
The reason that Yae is always at an advantage is because she always has that same smile on her face. So no one can tell what she's actually thinking.
It's good advice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they actually do give good advice. So Gorou decides to also check the general operational directives in 3 parts written by Kokomi.
Of course. Who else?
Her ridiculous manuals to see if that they have any advice. And so he finds in the manuals it says, know your enemy. So he's like, all right, we have to go back to Yae Publishing House and search for Yae's weakness. What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
So we go back to the publishing house. We arrive and we talk to Kuroda, one of the editors, and Gorou is like asking, what type of person is Yae? And Kuroda's basically like, we don't really know. She's super busy, but occasionally she shares marketing strategies, like when she redid the marketing plan for That's Life magazine to save it from getting axed after poor sales. Now the sales are through the roof. And this will come into play, of course, later with Miss Hina.
Miss Hina!
Gorou seems perturbed, but he doesn't really go on. He's like, That's Life magazine. Okay. And then Kuroda has a selection of light novels that were handpicked by Yae. So Gorou asks to look through them for clues into like Yae's personality. And Kuroda recommends a light novel, and guess what the title is?
I'm sure it has 35 words to it.
Mm-hmm. I've been to other worlds, but I've never tasted defeat. Which is short for a light novel in this game.
It is.
the protagonist in this light novel doesn't have any like exciting abilities, but they still end up defeating strong opponents. And it's all thanks to their wealth of experience and cunning strategies. So Gorou thinks of Kokomi, of course, when he hears this. And he's like, cunning strategies, that's like Kokomi. And Kuroda shares a famous quote from that book, which is, one who relinquishes nothing also gains nothing. So if you want to win when you're at a disadvantage, a little sacrifice is probably going to be necessary. So Gorou's like, okay,
What a deep cut.
I will take that. I will put that nugget in my back pocket. So he's like, okay, I feel like I have enough knowledge to put these theories to the test. So let's go back to the Narukami Shrine. So we arrive back there, and Yae Miko was like, oh, you're finally here. Because, of course, she knew that we were coming.
I love your Yae Miko voice.
She tells us that she can guess why we're there, actually. Usually, when two people show up, they want their fortune read to find out if they'll be together for a lifetime.
Oh my god, yeah. Chill.
And so Gorou's like with the traveler and like freaking out, like, oh my god. And she says, you know, now that she thinks about it, I don't really need to recommend that store to you, Gorou. Your little friend here can groom your tail all on her own or his own. Just imagine the traveler holding your tail with one hand and combing it gently with the other. And Gorou says, uh-oh, not good. My mind is already full of mental images.
Gorou!
And Traveler says, me too.
Oh, girl.
Yeah, I'm thinking now.
I'm dead.
So ridiculous. Like, why are we admitting that, guys? Just keep going.
Yeah, I'm thinking now.
I'm demented.
But I feel like that's like that. It was so great because like that's what we are thinking as the audience.
Yes.
Like, reading this, but like, no, I can't. I cannot unthink that now.
It's very nod, wink, wink.
Yeah. So Gorou tries to stay stony faced, but his tail swishes, which Yae calls out. She's like, I can tell you like it because your tail is swishing.
Yo, I would jump off the shrine at that point.
She doesn't let him get away with anything.
Nope.
So he blurts out that the reason that she knows that he sleeps with his tail and daydreams about someone else grooming his tail is because she does it too. And then she turns around and reveals that she has no tail.
Oh my god, I don't remember
Forgot about that.
And basically Gorou's like, I can't, I'm done, I'm over, this is over.
He's like,
and
I gotta
Traveler
go.
is also like, yeah, we're toast. We have to get out of here. So we run away from her.
Oh my god, so that's that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like both like travelers like holding him, and he's like, ah, it's so good.
So rewind back to, we offer to help him overcome his weakness. Branch 2, we tell him that we will act as a personality that he finds hard to handle. So we're going to role play as, you know, a personality that is hard for him to deal with.
We're gonna roleplay Yae Miko.
Eventually.
I feel like I remember this one.
At first, we're like, let's start out small. So we ask him, is there an example of someone that we can pretend to be? And he's like, well, I got embarrassed recently with a merchant who talked me into buying a bunch of stuff.
Mood.
So maybe we could start there. And so we're like, okay, great. So, and then he's like, let's go to Rito, where all the merchants are, and that'll create atmosphere. We're like, okay, great. So this is like getting like really intense. Like we're really role playing. So we go to Rito. We pretend to be a vendor who is trying to rip him off. But he's like, no, we're like, would you buy this for this amount? He's like, sure. Like does not understand what we're doing. And then at one point we try to sell him 100,000 more a piece of cake. And at first he's like, that's a scam. That's so much money. And then we're like, thank God. But then he's like, wait, but if it's 100,000 more a piece of cake, it must be so good.
No.
I think I have enough money. I think I'll buy it. And we're like, stop. So that doesn't work. So since role-playing as a vendor is not working, we decide to try to be a Fatui member. And so to create the atmosphere for that, we head into the wild to create, you know, that atmosphere. So the wild, we're like, I'm going to be, like, we actually say all these, like, Fatui catchphrases.
Good thing we hang around enough harbingers to know them.
Well, also just like the Fatui that we beat up all the time. So at first he's like complaining as we're like going out into the woods. He's like, I wish I wasn't so scrawny. Compared to the Fatui, I'm like so weak, blah, blah, blah.
That's why Tiff hates him.
Yeah. And we start to role play, but then we actually get attacked by real Fatui.
They were like, who the fuck are you pretending to be, bitch?
I think they heard their catchphrases and they were like, wait, what? Is that me?
Like, I hear my comrade in the wind.
Yeah. So that kills the mood. So he's like, I can't do this. Is not going to work either. So we're like, okay, well, let's cut to the chase. And I'm just going to pretend to be Yae Miko. And he's like, oh God, this is happening. So we start acting like Yae, and it makes him realize that what it is about her that gets to him is her knowing smile and piercing gaze. Because it feels like she sees right into him and can see all of his secrets, but he doesn't feel like he needs to keep any kind of secrets from the traveler. Like, he trusts us, so it's fine. So realizing this, he's like, okay, I know this method won't work, and I'm just going to accept that this is going to continue to be a weakness of mine. And so we decide to try to cheer him up. So we're like, let me buy you some cake.
100,000 more a cake.
He gets really excited because, like we established earlier, people in Watatsumi are strangers to sweets. He says that since pastries are considered exquisite in Watatsumi, even when you get to have them, you don't really get to chow down on them. And this is when, with zero irony, Traveler says, want to try my cake?
Oh my God.
I'm going home.
And Gorou says, wow, don't mind if I do.
Mhm.
It's so sweet. So that's branch 2.
Do we ship
Do we ship?
Traveler and Gorou?
We could. I feel like you could ship just about anyone with the Traveler.
Or with Gorou.
Or with Gorou.
Not me. Don't you dare ship me with him.
You're going to be enemies to lovers.
You're the
No.
first ship. You're the first ship I thought
Yeah.
of.
I feel like it's like a fine line, Tiff. It's a fine line. It's a thin line between love and hate. All right, so we'll go on to branch 3. So if you will recall, Yae, has to leave. Gorou says he's there to find books for Kokomi. He admits that he's bad at dealing with Yae Miko because she towers over him and speaks cryptically. And so one of the options for us is to say that he should just ignore Yae Miko. And so he says, you're right. As long as I don't come into contact with her, I'll be fine. So there's a couple options here. One of them is that we tell him Yae's not actually all bad. And he's like, well, that's a relief because I've been working with her. And we're like, oh. So he tells us that he's in business with her, with the Yae Publishing House, because he's the person who responds to advice questions in That's Life magazine. And Yae just handed him the latest batch of reader questions. So we're going to go off and find a place to write his replies. So we find a quiet place, and he wants to get them finished as soon as possible so he won't run into Yae later when he turns them back in. And then we have an option here of, do we want to stay and keep him company, or do we want to keep watch at the Yae Publishing House? So tell me, which one do you want me to explain? What do you choose first?
I love choosing my own adventure.
Mm-hmm.
I want to stay with Yae.
Okay.
Sure, let's do that.
I'm biased because I'm like, yeah, squirm.
All right. So you don't want to keep him company. You want to go back to the Yae Publishing House.
Yeah.
So we arrive at the Yae Publishing House, and we encounter the Miss Hina's fan club.
No, it's literally the second worst person to run into.
They go into alert mode when we tell them that we don't know who Miss Hina is. And they're like, this person needs our help. It's like us with a Genshin, like someone who's never played Genshin.
Like, let me tell you all about it.
They tell us that Miss Hina is a gentle, kind, understanding. She is the brightest star in our sky. And they hand us a flyer with Miss Hina's picture on it that says, Teyvat's big sister, gentle and kind. She answers all your questions. She'll help you be rid of all your troubles. And we find out that the editor originally chose to hide Miss Hina's name and gender until the magazine almost got axed, but then released her image, which skyrocketed sales. So remember when I said that the editor was like, oh yeah, this magazine almost like went out of business. But then Yae Miko came up with this brilliant marketing strategy that saved it and actually skyrocketed sales. Guess what that marketing strategy was?
Miss Hina!
A cardboard cutout of Miss Hina. Now, do you think Dear Abby ever had a cardboard cutout?
No. But also, like, this fan club was already obsessed with Gorou before Miss Hina was, like, announced. They were like, we were, like, the OG fans that were, like, hanging on. And we were so nervous when it almost got canceled. And then they released this image of Miss Hina. And we were like, we were right. This is exactly how we pictured her.
And I'm like, really?
Really?
If I could take a minute just to pause us, just to like really give you the impact of Miss Hina outside of this fan club. Miss Hina is first referenced here in Gorou's story, but Ito actually is a big fan of Miss Hina, and when he gets his vision, he actually like writes Miss Hina, and it's like, how can I take care of my vision to make sure that it's better than everyone else's? He's like obsessed with her. During the Rockin' for Life Tour de Force of Awesomeness event, Gorou actually does see the Miss Hina cutout, and Kokomi kind of has to be like, and like pull him away. And Miss Hina is super, super popular in Meropide, the jail in Fontaine, thanks to our bestie, Lieben. You know, Lieben's Marvelous Merchandise, because we know from episode 134 that he went to Inazuma and bought a bunch of Miss Hina merch to go sell in Fontaine.
International fame.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a microcosm of the fans that we're meeting right now.
Also, if you talk to one of the fan club members after this, they say, I don't know if you know the word fan. A friendly adventurer lady taught it to us a few years ago. She seemed to know everything. She's talking about Alice.
Oh my God.
Teyvat's top idol. Where like she's like racking up like gathering people to compete.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
So, you know, Miss Hina is on Alice's list.
Oh, God.
Of course she is.
So we go back to Gorou and we ask why he's doing this job. We're like, why are you doing this? And he tells us that Yae sort of made a solemn request when she first asked him to do it. And before he knew it, he was like really invested and basically tells us that he would find it really hard to give it up. Like he actually finds a lot of fulfillment out of doing this job. So Traveler kind of realizes that it would hurt him to know the truth. So we decide to keep it a secret from him. What could go wrong?
Mm-hmm.
And we go back to the publishing house with Gorou to turn in his letter responses. And the fan club sort of gathers around him. They're like, you look so much like a boy version of Miss Hina. And they start taking pictures with him, and he doesn't understand what's happening at all. And then Kuroda comes out with a Miss Hina cutout stand, like the cardboard cutout. And Gorou almost sees it, but like Traveler steps in front and is like, no. Yae Miko is coming back. We have to get out of here. So like we take off with him so he doesn't see it. And that's where that picture comes from, where like we're in between him and the cutout stand.
That's one of my favorites because it's literally just Traveler being like, oh no, we can't ruin his life right now. Like when he finds out what Yae did and why Yae messes with him,
Yeah. Do you ever think though, like he would look at it and be like, oh, what a pretty lady?
Well, in the Arataki Numero de Uno Rockin' for whatever Tour de Force of Awesomeness event, he does. There's a cardboard cutout of Miss Hina at the event, and he's like, huh, like, she looks familiar.
Yeah.
So even when he sees it, he's like, huh.
And like
That's
Kokomi
interesting.
like rounds the corner and is like, yeah, you know, Miss Hina does look familiar. And then Kokomi has like the oh shit moment. And she basically starts to try to like kick Gorou aside and get him out of there. And in the Arataki Rocket for Life Tour de Force of Awesomeness event, one of the other things we find out through Gorou and Kokomi is that during the war of the Shogunate versus the Watasumi army, there was a puppy union. They were basically like puppy spies, and their main goal was to help both sides just to make sure that people lived. And there's kind of this underscore during the entire music event of like the puppy union and are they real, and like Heizo's looking into it and all this stuff. And Kokomi and Gorou basically confirm that it was real and that they saved a ton of lives. And while this is happening, little dogs kind of walk by that look like Gorou's talent, like when he throws his little thing that has like the little dog symbol. And he's all worried because he thinks it's gonna, like, if the word gets out that they were helping the shogunate, then it might make Kokomi look bad for the Watasumi army. Like, the people might look at her and be like, oh, traitor. And she dead ass says, Gorou, if you want my opinion, you should be more concerned about Miss Hina than you are about this.
Oh my God.
And he goes, Miss Hina? What makes you say that? And she goes, I hear she works for That's Life magazine as well. She's young, popular, pretty, and she seems to be just as good as offering comfort to people in need as you are. So it looks like you may have some competition. And Gorou's like, understood, Excellency. I will work hard to stay ahead of my competition. So Miss Hina is more important than the puppy union in Kokomi's opinion.
Poor Taramaro. He needs a union. He retired to run a tea house.
I don't think he's involved in this.
No, but he had to have been in the puppy union, no?
No, he was too busy running a tea house.
The Puppy Union Underground.
Yeah, he was too busy being in an underground ninja society. That's true.
So I will say, like, let's roll back to when we tell Gorou that he should just ignore Yae Miko. He's like, you're right, as long as I don't come into contact with her. We go from there to let's find a quiet place where you can finish writing your letters as soon as possible so you won't run into Yae later. And that takes us to this other branch where Traveler offers to stay and keep him company. So we help him respond to the letters, and he eventually reads one from one of his soldiers saying that they're from Narukami Island and the resistance has treated them very well. But now that the decree is over, they feel kind of torn about going back home. And Gorou is like the one responding to this letter, like in this advice column. So he's like, well, I really don't want to lose a soldier, but he decides that, and this is how you know Gorou's a great guy, Tiff. He decides that if staying is causing the soldier pain, how is he any different from the Vision Hunt decree? So he responds that, Narukami is nice now. They should go home and visit. So we head back to the publishing house. We turn in the responses, and Gorou asks us to go with him back to Watatsumi to talk to his comrade back in the army and have a face-to-face conversation so that he can say goodbye to him. So we eventually meet up with the guy who wants to leave, and Gorou tells him that it's okay. And the guy mentions that he came to his decision after getting advice from Miss Hina.
I can't.
And he's like, who's Miss Hina? And anyway, they see this soldier off as he heads home, and he's like, it's very touching. He's like, we'll always be comrades. It's fine for you to go home. Like, don't stay here. Just for me. Blah blah blah. It's like very sweet. He's a good guy. All right, so the next one is when we are saying that, he should just ignore Yae Miko. And he's like, you're right, as long as I don't come into contact with her. There's this other branch where we're like, okay, steer clear of Yae Publishing House for now. And he's like, okay, I actually have something personal to take care of. So when we had the big fight on that beach, I had a box of personal items on me and I buried it.
I
like a dog.
What?
I buried it in the sand to keep it safe. And when I went back for it, it was gone. So he's been asking around, and someone said that the Adventurers Guild beat him to it. So we go with him to get it back. So we go to Catherine, and Catherine is like, hello, I am a robot.
Beep boop.
And she tells us that the Adventurers Guild dug up items on the beach because there is a case involving the treasure hoarders. So they had intel that something was stolen and was buried at the beach. But when they dug it up, they found a whole bunch of stuff because Gorou was not the only person to have that idea. Let me bury this in the beach. So they dug up all of this stuff, like tied into this case. And they have to figure out like which ones pertain to the hoarders and which ones don't. So we're like, okay, I guess we'll solve the case for you.
Yeah, so we can help Gorou get his shit.
As we do.
So we do that. Like, fast forward, we solve the case. And then we go back to Watatsumi to open the box that he gets back from Catherine after solving the case. And it's filled with these like everyday items from soldiers under his command that fell in battle. And they're all that he has to send back to their families. So we just kind of sit with him while he mourns his soldiers, knowing that he has to like send these items back to the families of the fallen soldiers.
Very sweet.
I think one of the craziest parts about Goru's hangout is that you literally go from being trolled by Yae Miko to crying in a corner with Gorou because he's like, all of these people died.
Yeah.
And it's one of those moments in the game where I also feel like this was a warm-up for Natlan, where they're like, all right, we're gonna warn you, death is coming. You didn't see these deaths happen, but they're real.
Also comedy and tragedy all together.
The hangouts are all like that, right? The hangouts are really good variety, though.
I feel like they're all funny for the most part.
No, they all have tragedy. At least all the ones.
I think the funny ones stand out to us the most. Like, they're the ones that we remember.
My teapot says otherwise.
Because who doesn't remember him being like mortified by Yae Miko?
Yeah,
I did not remember the soldier one.
It's really sweet because Gorou is adored by his men, and I think that just shows you exactly why. I mean, they're seeing, the people who are not dying are seeing what he's doing and seeing the care he puts into making sure that the families get their closure and making sure that they're not forgotten people just because they died.
Yeah, Tiff.
I ain't forgetting nobody.
It's very interesting because Gorou, like, he actually mentions in one of his voice lines that Kokomi thinks he has a fatal flaw. And his fatal flaw is basically that sometimes he forgets that he's a general. He gets a little too heated in the battle, and he will forget that he's really supposed to be telling people what to do. He doesn't like being a manager for the most part.
Right. Yeah.
But his empathy is what makes him the manager that people adore. And it's what leads to him having nicknames like Top Dog Gorou. And it's why they feel comfortable enough to go over and be like, rubbing your ears will bring us good luck in battle. And he just kind of rolls his eyes and goes with it because they've all seen such tragedy together, and Gorou is still there for them.
And his lore says that he's very, very straightforward, but he's also easygoing, and he treats his subordinates like family.
Yeah.
So he doesn't treat them like soldiers, he treats them like family, and that has earned him a lot of respect. The other thing that has earned him a lot of respect is that he leads from the front. So he is like the first one charging into battle.
He's not saying good luck out there, guys.
Yeah.
Like, he's, you know, that manager that makes you go in on like the day before Christmas by yourself.
Are you speaking from experience?
No, actually. I mean, I worked a job with a manager, but not like that.
Okay. Good.
And all that with his midriff out.
Now, that's the end of his hangout, right?
Yes.
So I want to sidetrack us for a minute. We've talked a little bit about his love of mountain climbing. Very specifically, he loves it. He's like, the steeper, the better. It's good for my body and my brain. And he says, after hours of dirt and sweat scaling the summit, we could sit down and enjoy the view together. It's one of life's greatest joys. However, I have absolutely no desire to scale the tallest peak in Inazuma.
Is that Narukami?
That's what I think! I think it's Narukami! I think it's the fucking shrine!
I don't know why I thought that it was that he wanted to.
No
but that's
desire.
So much funnier.
And it's funny because, like, I actually... I did some boots on the ground research, and I was trying to decide what, like, I didn't go up the mountains, but I was looking up at mountains and going, what do I think here? And I do think the other option is the mountain that was sliced in half when Raiden Shogun was fighting a Chiori and like sliced the mountain in half. Like that might be the other tallest point, but I don't know. I think he means Narukami.
Oh, that's so
I
funny.
mean, that makes sense.
Eddie.
Also, we mentioned earlier you had asked if Gorou and Razor had ever met. And we brought up very quickly the Alchemical Ascension event, which was our very fun alchemy workshop event on the Cider Coast in Mondstadt. We had a lot of guests from across Teyvat show up to that. And Gorou shows up with Kirara. And basically he says that like Watasumi Island, now that like the war is over and they're like doing their thing a little bit more freely and the borders are open again, they're looking to kind of change their transportation efficiency. And he hired Kirara as a consultant to show him around because he doesn't know Mondstadt very well. And he says that they were doing something in Liyue and wrapping it up when they heard about the potion shop and decided to come over. And I'm like, okay, Gorou, you said your dream is to climb the mountains in Liyue. Did you do it? You were in Liyue. Did you climb the mountains? And also, like, bro wants to go to the top of the mountains and see the clouds in Liyue. He should just get a PS5. That's how I saw the clouds in Liyue.
And then you get the beautiful music with it.
Yeah, like, Gorou, you could stay home and do it too. But yeah, I wonder if he climbed those Liyue mountains finally and got to see those clouds. And he also meets Lisa. And he's like, she seems kind of familiar.
She seems like the Mondstadt version of Yae Miko.
Yep.
I don't know, the climbing thing really took me out of left field. I hope he got to like, I don't know, did he climb Dragonspine while he was there? I don't know.
Yeah, we need more information about his mountain climbing.
Which is funny because I feel like we have an abnormally large amount about it. Like,
Maybe it's coming.
It's just the same stuff.
yeah, it's just like being
We
brought
need,
over.
like, anecdotes about it.
He bought like gear from a traveling merchant that he keeps really, really well kept. It was a lot of money. He takes very good care of it. But I almost wonder if that was Lieben. Like, what other traveling merchant do we know?
Yeah. We've heard of traveling merchants, but the fact that Lieben and Miss Hina, like that whole connection,
Right.
it's gotta be.
What if he has the mountain climbing gear of like the original guy that climbed Dragonspine? Remember him?
Oh shit.
That didn't he like invent the wing gliders or something?
Yes. So the Mondstadt event that no one got to play because it literally was like 1.1. The Unreconciled Stars event, which is where Fischl, Mona, and Scaramouche have their first interaction. We learn of Leonard who tried to climb. Yes, he tried to climb Pylos Peak. And Pylos Peak at the time was a mountain where the top of it was the Spiral Abyss. And now the Spiral Abyss is in the water. So things have changed in Mondstadt. Venti terraformed like an Animal Crossing. But yes, I do believe Leonard had invented the wing glider. I'm not sure if he actually properly got to use it, but it was something that he had done a lot of work on.
I feel like he did not.
Like, he just made blueprints for it, I think.
Yeah, he made the blueprints, but I don't think he got to see it in its glory.
Yeah, like he left the designs to his friends or whatever after he passed. But he, in Unreconciled Stars, isn't he like a constellation that we're seeing?
Yeah, he's very much a part of it. Like, is he guiding us in the constellation? Or am I making that part up?
It's like the constellations falling out of the sky. But if you want to learn more about Leonard and all of his BS, you can listen to episode 101.
I'm going to listen to
Stars.
it, remind myself of Leonard.
Oh, Leonard's great. We love Leonard. Just to bring us through, Gorou is actually involved in quite a few events, and very briefly, he's involved in our Iridori Festival, which we did just do an episode on with Beefy from the Shade Chamber. That's episode 133. Basically, Kokomi and Gorou show up toward the end of the Iridori Festival. Kokomi is there to meet with a pen pal who ends up being Yae Miko, and Gorou runs for the fucking hills. The Traveler and Paimon do go and find Gorou and kind of spend some time with him in order for him to do some shopping. And if you listen to our Iridori Festival episode, you'll know that he is just getting trolled by Yae Miko the whole time. She's not even there. Then Gorou also shows up in Akitsu Kumodemeshi, which is our yokai event and the first flower festival that we have. The flower festival that happens by accident. We also have an episode on that. It's episode 57. Basically, this is that event where we can go participate in like this spooky, scary, like ghost hunting events. And in the first round, Gorou is one of the people that you can choose. And it's really, there's not a lot that goes on with him. But what is interesting is that Yae Miko twisted his arm into doing it. He was not going to do it. And Yae Miko was like, oh, our big doggy general is too scared to do the event. And Gorou was like, no, where's the sign-up sheet?
Such a bully.
Right? And then if you remember during this event, depending on who you chose, at the end of the first session, you always ran into the Raiden Shogun. And if you remember, Kazua's ending was like Kazuma being like, I don't want to talk to her, and like walking away. In this event, Gorou doesn't notice that the Shogun is there. He just sees the Traveler like notice someone, and she's like, oh, or your Traveler is like, oh, it's a friend of mine. And Gorou's like, oh, go like join your friend. Totally wish we had gotten more from that because Gorou hates the Raiden Shogun and is basically never going to forgive her for everything that happened during the war.
Yeah.
So that would have been fun for us, not for him to see. He doesn't even trust that like this war agreement for peace is real.
I think he's like slowly accepting it, you know.
Maybe, but not
Via Kokomi.
Yeah, I think Kokomi's trying her best, but Gorou doesn't like anyone involved in the Shogunate except for Sarah. He's like, I don't want to be with her, but I respect Sarah. I'm like, okay.
I want them to have like a friendly face-off.
I want them to be locked in a
Gorou
box
and Sarah,
together.
or Sarah and Kokomi?
No,
Like
Gorou
the,
and Sarah.
Because
That'd
I
be
liked,
cool.
I think that Gorou likes Sarah because of that whole
They have the same job,
sit down
basically.
with because they like Kokomi and Sarah like had to like be eye to eye and like have that like negotiations and stuff, and then like she like whipped her men into shape for being dicks.
Yes, when they were lying and doing all their bullshit. Then Gorou also shows up in the Dual Summoners event, which was our big cross-nation TCG event, where Kokomi is one of the players, and she is playing against people like the Raiden Shogun, which is interesting. And when we run into Gorou, who is accompanying her, he basically is like, listen, we're just here for the look of it politically. It's like, oh, look, the people of Watasumi are integrating. Look, they're coming here. This is peaceful. And for the people of Watasumi, it's, look, you can go to the main islands. It's okay.
Right.
We're participating in TCG tournaments, guys. It's fine.
Water's okay. Come on in.
And most recently, Gorou was like a sideline character in the newest Mikawa Flower Festival, which was an official Mikawa Flower Festival.
Did someone say official?
Mhm.
No, not that type. Official. Like Ophelia?
Oh.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry to disappoint multiple people in the chat. I don't really remember Gorou's part in the second Mikawa Flower Festival being that.
It wasn't that. It was like a bit part.
Like, he just showed up for the most part. And as mentioned earlier, he was also involved in Alchemical Ascension and the Arataki Rocket for Life Total Force of Awesomeness event. So he really does show up in quite a few places.
Has he been at Lantern Rite? I missed the last one.
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think he would be there ever, right? Because it's only Leeway.
No, we have seen other characters go there, and I could totally see him accompanying Kokomi if she went.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Yoimiya, she's like, I provide these fireworks. So
we're gonna go.
yeah. Can we talk about his vision?
Yeah.
So he used to be convinced that victory in battle was based on skill or strength. And so he would practice his archery like day and night, hoping that he could kind of rely on that to lead his troops to victory. But then he started realizing that like sometimes very strong soldiers would get captured while the weaker ones would be victorious through unity. So he started spending less time on his archery, which is why he's a 4-star, and more time.
Excuse me.
I'm
Wow.
crying.
Shade.
I mean, it's probably why I don't like him. But yeah, go ahead. Like as an archer.
And he started spending more time on communicating with the troops and helping them improve together. So he's like, less shoot, kill, 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 more let's work together. And all it says in his lore is like, thinking back on it, this may have opened the door for Gorou to obtain his vision. So he's one of those ones where we don't know like the actual circumstances of like when the vision appeared, where it appeared, how that happened.
Mm-hmm. And on top of that, like, he sees the vision as something that's just amplifying the abilities he already has. Like, he falls into that pool. Like, he's like, I was already skilled and talented as a warrior. This just makes my rad skills radder.
Coaching vibes.
Yeah, and he's very, very understanding, too, that, like, even with my vision, like, I'm not going to be able to destroy the whole enemy. Like, I'm still going to need my team, and we're still going to have to work together for that. So he's very humble for a vision holder as well.
He would do great in Natland.
Oh, yeah.
Like, his mindset, you know?
He should participate in the new pilgrimage.
Yeah.
The pilgrimage that's not a pilgrimage.
I think so, yeah.
Which, you know, interesting enough, Gorou does not really have any connections to people outside of Inazuma besides Beidou. So he's never met any of our Natlanders.
What if Gorou and Sarah did the pilgrimage and they got to fight each other?
That'd be good.
That would be fun.
Who would win?
Somehow I feel like Sarah would turn it into the Hunger Games, like really the Hunger Games.
She's evil like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, remember what Sarah did to Heizo with the like competition?
Yeah.
She's nasty.
So it would probably be similar to that.
So you think Sarah would win? Or would Gorou win through the power of friendship?
Power of friendship.
Not pyro?
No pyro on his end.
Everyone would like rally around Gorou and Sarah would be like, oh, I should be nicer.
Damn it, not again. And just some last things on my end. I just wanted to kind of go into some of those other characters. We talked a little bit about his relationship with like Kazuha, but on the same board, he has a good working relationship with Beidou, and he really appreciates that she takes lead in conflict to keep her people out of it and keep them safe, which we can see that he has also started to do, and it might be because of her. Doesn't like the Shogun, barely likes Sarah. Sarah sees him as like this fiercely loyal guy, and somehow is like, it just makes it better that he's a fifth-born son. I'm like, okay. Psychopath. That's fine.
Oh my god. Where's Beefy?
No, Beefy's gonna come for me. It's fine. I said glup shit over her, and now she's gonna come for me for the opposite reason. Yae Miko, his op, hates her, doesn't even want to talk about her. He likes Ayaka, they got good vibes. He's very sus of Heizo. But the last person that I think is really interesting is Sayu. He says, according to our intel, which I'm like, who is your intel? Is it the puppy union? Are they spying on Sayu the child?
Yeah, where are the Watatsumi spies? Like, who are they?
Because they exist. But their intel says the Sayu is like great at her job, but also is super unreliable at her job. And Goru's like, you know, if she wasn't unreliable in her job, like I would have thought about maybe like swaying her to our side. And then we're kind of like, well, no, she works for Ayato. And then he's like, oh, shit. But that kind of means she's on my side anyway. And that's really it. Outside of Kokomi, and I know that we very briefly talked about Kokomi and his relationship throughout the episode, but I do want to say that for me, I find that they have a beautiful friendship. I'm here for the ship of them as well. But they just have this bond of like, I have no proof of this, but their bond, in my opinion, is one of tragedy. You know, they both are these leaders in this war, and they are seeing people die. They're seeing that their people be misled by the Fatui. They're trying to fix those internal issues, and they're still having problems on the home front on top of all that. You know, with people lying about selling fertilizer, because that's a whole thing Gorou had to fucking deal with.
Oh, yeah.
Dealing with people being backstabbers and liars on the island, and trying just to, like, relax. We know Kokomi literally falls asleep reading books, and Gorou will go and, like, put the light out for her. So I do see them as people who, like, they're different than Gorou Kazuha because I feel like they're the opposites that make a whole, where Kokomi and Gorou feel like the same person. Very hard workers, very good at what they do, and very protective of their friends and their people. They're very respectful of one another. They both find the other one to be very smart at what they do, and they're willing to tell them what their downfalls are. They're open with each other, and they trust one another. So I do really appreciate their dynamic, regardless of how you see it.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
They're bonded in their mission.
Yeah, and their blood.
Blood?
Yeah, like all
Did
the
they
blood
bathe
that's...
in the blood?
The bloodshed, do you
the
mean?
bloodshed.
Bathe in his blood.
Oh my god.
Hey. Where do we want to see Gorou now? I want to see him get new hair and new clothes.
Oh, I would love that. I would love that. Like, if they actually, like, did... I mean, they do, like, new fits or whatever for, like, you know, different characters. Like, Diluc got the high pony. Why can't Gorou have a high pony?
Oh, I don't want that.
It would give him a facelift.
I want to see something different.
I'd be down for anything but him with a high pony. I think that would make it worse somehow.
No, I don't actually want a high pony, but you know what I mean? Like, I think
variant.
what Vanessa's saying is, like, yeah, like, give us, like, a different look where he doesn't have the Karen mane.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's with so many characters that we're just dying for variants.
Yeah.
And some that, especially the older ones that, you know, they've had to fit into the box. I don't remember, it may have been Fiends before we even were recording was talking about the whole idea that, or no, maybe it was UB, about, like, you know, where we talk about, like, Xiangling, who was the chef, like, Gorou's the general. Like,
and dog.
Yeah. Like, there's not...
We need more. We need more. He's been abandoned, I feel like. Like, yeah, he's in all these little events, but, like, in terms of main story, like, what else is he going to do?
Right, and I feel like there was a little bit of hope after the Tour de Force of Awesomeness event where they were like, hey, lore drop, there's a puppy army.
Yeah.
And the look of it matches, like, Gorou. And it was like, okay, yeah, what are you going to do with that? And then instead they cut to Yae Miko and the Ryan Shogun being like, when the big war comes.
War is coming.
And we're like, God damn it, I just want dogs.
Give us dogs, Hoyo.
Yeah.
You're like the puppy war?
Yeah. I'm like the great puppy war. And please tell me we're not dealing with any celestial figures.
We've had it.
Outside of the 7 that I know.
Rara's mad.
I'd like to see Gorou travel. I'd like to see him hike the mountains of Liyue. I'd like to find him on Dragonspine.
Of course you would.
I also think that him and Tighnari should get together because Tighnari has, like, a very special, like, balm or something that he puts on his tail to keep it dry.
Oh, that would be cute.
I want him to, like, get, like, final girl, like, straight hair, like, down to his shoulders, and then I want Kujo Sara to get the Karen hair at the same time.
But if you do that to him, he's just gonna look like Miss Hina.
That's fine.
Well, hello.
Oh my
I'll take it. I want him to come into consciousness with Miss Hina and realize
Yes.
that would be fun.
Trans icon.
Or drag, whatever.
Or drag, yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be fun for them to bring drag into the game, honestly.
I mean, Isaac.
I mean, they have.
Oh yeah, they have. You're right. I forgot about him.
More.
In Final Fantasy VII, Cloud goes into drag, and I just think that more games should do that. So,
yeah, agree.
But I think Gorou aside, Kirara heard her name get mentioned a little too much, and her head is poking up, and she's saying, "Take this mail so I can go."
She's like, y'all talked a lot about a dog.
She ran because Gorou walked.
She's like, I remember showing that guy around Liyue and Monset. Now where's my money? Where's my krumkake?
And we're like, well, funny, we didn't see that.
Yeah,
We
show
didn't
it
see
to
that.
us.
We didn't see you anywhere until Gorou was already here.
Facts. We have 2 messages from travelers this week. Our first message is going to come from Carrie, and they said, what would you say to someone who is burnt out on Genshin? And just a quick disclaimer, just in case there are travelers who don't know what burnout is when like you love something, but you just can't seem to get back to it. And you're exhausted and you're tired. And like the idea of maybe keeping up with Genshin, playing the quest, it all seems a little overwhelming.
Mhm.
First of all, I feel personally attacked. No. I have definitely taken breaks from the game, and it's not because I don't love the game. So
Yeah.
I would tell. Sorry, I just jumped on to answer this question.
You're
'Cause I'm like,
good.
ooh, this
No, yeah,
feels
please.
topical, right? We all go through it a little bit. But no, all jokes aside, if you're burnt out, I would say ask yourself, do you still like this game? Because it's okay not to like something anymore, right? Things
Mhm.
change, you change, life changes, right? I still very much love the game. So that is why I always come back to it. Obviously, you're not going to be able to devote the same time that maybe you used to. Maybe you have to time manage a little better in your life if you're feeling that type of pressure or burnout. But I say if you love the game, definitely take a break from it. Walk away for a little bit and come back. I know this is with any hobby, right, that you may feel burnout with. Come back and
Mhm.
find the thing you really like about it and just focus on that, right? So, when you do come back, are you playing because you really love the game? Or are you feeling pressure to grind the game, right? Like the endless grinding, like grinding for materials in this game, right? It's built into the game. You're never going to finish. It's okay. Like there are some things
Yeah.
you could still do in the game, but I understand that this can feel very unfun for some people that are maybe doing it every day. So that's why I'm saying take a step back, take your break, and then when you come back, maybe don't grind if that's the thing that's like feeling pressured for you. There's so much to do in the game, and it's that is not grindy, right? Like there's so much that, especially if you haven't played for a long time, there's so much you could do that isn't that, right? So, like I said, I took a nice long break, and I recently came back in, and there was so much map to unlock, and I was like, "Ooh, this is exciting." Some of my favorite things are to just explore the world, right? So I spent
Right.
a couple nights just playing short sessions, and just doing dailies and getting reacclimated with fighting and the controls and unlocking waypoints because it felt really productive to do that. But it didn't feel grindy. So I could see how some people may not want to come back to like, okay, I need all these materials, gotta do this, and feeling overwhelmed
Yeah.
because that could be very daunting for people who are completionists.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
say just, enjoy the game for the parts that you like. If you like the grind, cool. Focus on one character and just grind for that person. But the game ain't going anywhere. So like just enjoy it. It's not a race, right? Like come back to it. Like I really like doing Spiral Abyss. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna sit down one day and I'm gonna go right to Spiral Abyss and maybe skip some of the lore stuff. Maybe I don't need to do that right away. I
Mhm.
say find the thing you love about it because if you love the game, it'll be here for you and you're ready to come back. But I would say if you don't love the game, that's okay too. Maybe it's not for you anymore.
Yeah.
And maybe you can one day go, I really miss that game and open it again.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
so articulate. That was so
I don't know
good.
if it's
I think
articulate, but I feel like, this is a game I've been playing since pretty much it came out. And I'm pretty behind. Like, if you want to put me on a track of like where everyone else is or where the story is, I'm pretty behind. And so that in itself can also feel
yeah, and
overwhelming
I
for
think that's
people.
sort of key,
Like,
like
I'm
what you're
not up to
saying.
date. It's like, that's okay. You can
Yeah,
just play the game.
exactly. Like it's okay to not be up to date. It's okay to not play everything when it first comes out. Like give yourself some space. If you're behind on Genshin, who cares? Like you might maybe, this ties into like what social media accounts you follow and you're like seeing people like, "Oh my god, I played the new like version and blah blah blah." And it's like, let those fall out of your algorithm if you need to
Mm-hmm.
and just like go at your own pace. Like don't feel like you have to keep up with everyone who's like the new version came out and I played it in 10 hours after it came out and I'm already up to date and here's what's going on everyone and blah blah blah. Like you don't have to do that. Like you
Yeah.
can just take your time, take like 2 months and just like play it very slowly. Don't let outside influences like color your experience with the game.
Mhm.
You're also
Mhm.
going to get very rewarded when you come back. They're going to want you to play again, and they're going to give you stuff in the game, and
Yeah.
you might feel that pressure right away again, like, "Oh God, I'm getting all this. I got to use all the resin." No, you don't. It's okay.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
recommend letting your Welkin Moon run out and not renew it if you
Yeah.
have that, if you are buying that. Because
Yeah.
I know it's only $5, but I know I feel like the pressure of like, oh, I have to log in today to get my Welkin Moon's worth.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
game is inherently built on a little bit of
Yeah.
FOMO. A little
Yeah.
bit of FOMO is what keeps them in business, and I don't want to talk badly about them. They're a business like any other, really, when it comes to games, but these kind of games are built that way, so it isn't unheard of people to feel like very burned out on them.
Yeah.
But I don't experience that. Honestly, I just love the game that much that like I can walk away from it and still be excited to come back to it. It's just for me, I've had to cut out like the excessive screen time that I do after
Mhm.
work. So I've kind of, that's been mainly my thing. But like if there was a way to play Genshin and I'm not staring at a screen, that'd be amazing. But
I would say that I'm probably on well, it wasn't like a full burnout of Genshin. I was pretty close to as much of a burnout as I could be or have been in my entire time playing. There have been a lot of things this year between, loss, and mental health and work stresses and, certain situations that have been unavoidable in my life that have caused me to not be able to have the time. But also I didn't have the drive to do it. Like I'm still so far behind in things, even though I love the story, they're epic. They take a long time.
Mhm.
So trying to manage between, you know, certain health things and being able to sit down and play the game for a while sometimes just doesn't work for me. I thoroughly enjoy the moon stuff and the latest stories, and that's brought me back. But like I was somebody who I probably had Welcome Moon from the beginning. And for like I want to say like last month was the first time that I didn't renew it. I think that was like an important thing to do. I
Mhm.
wasn't worried about it. The temper thyself to do whatever bullshit stuff. I love that thing and I was pretty good at it. I'm not going to finish it this round. And I almost didn't finish the battle pass, but I had, I was able to do some big things that were able to push me through. But I just kind of felt like a daunting feeling for it, which is kind of what that
Mhm.
burnout is it became a chore and not a
Yeah.
fun thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when you have to kind of look at it and say, you know what, sometimes absence does make the heart grow fonder. Like
Mhm.
It's so true.
it's a, it sounds cliche, but it's true. Sometimes you need to step away. And when I came back, like I haven't done a lot of stories. I've kept up and have done the Archon because I'm also deathly afraid of being spoiled. So, but like I've done like anything that's like I prioritize a limited event or the Archon. I haven't even done I haven't been to I've walked through Dortmund's port because I've wanted to open up the waypoints. I haven't done really anything there. I haven't done Barca's story. Like I think I forget that Iluga exists, but because he's sitting in my screen, the only reason I do know he's there is because I keep getting a notification that he's sitting somewhere waiting for me.
This might be very comforting to listeners who are experiencing burnout but still listen to the pod and want to enjoy the game. Like to hear that, right? To think like you guys run a
Mhm.
pod and you've also experienced this feeling, right? I mean,
Yeah.
for me, I think like I don't feel like I was burnt out because I don't think I ever grinded that hard, but I will say that what took me out of it was the voice, like all the lack of voice acting that was happening at one point.
During the
Yeah.
And that's
Oh,
strike.
yeah.
sort of
Hmm.
where I lost my interest. And it's no offense to like, obviously, like I understand why all that was taking place, but like when I look back on like, well, when did I stop playing daily? It was that. And I don't know if that had a correlation like subconsciously for me, but like looking back, I'm like, maybe so, because I avoided doing any big Archon and lore stuff because I was like, I'll just wait till the voice actor stuff gets figured out. So I
Mhm.
don't want to mash through 8 hours of reading. on a
Well, in the upcoming release, they're providing like an immediate. You can't skip entire cutscenes, but you can mash through immediately. Like you don't have to wait for the text to scroll. You can just immediately be like boom, 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 boom. Like
I just want to hear it though.
Gonna make our job so much harder.
I just want to listen. Like I want to sit back and listen to the story. And when they took away the voices, it was kind of like, well,
yeah, no, I'm just saying that because I
Yeah.
know some people are like they avoid the game because
oh, they don't want to look
it
at it.
takes so long to get like you have to sit and like wait for the
Where you
text to
could read it
scroll.
quicker than it's
Right,
going.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
Although I have to say, I really like, and it's been a lot not cry. There are times when it's like you could put your controller or sit back from your keyboard and just, it's like you're watching a movie. It's like,
That's-
you go ahead, you do
Yeah.
it all. I'll just skip down the lane and then make it happen again.
Not Cry really like turned things around, right? Like it was like I feel like Notland, everyone's kind of like, and then Not Cry was like gave us what we wanted.
Yeah.
I can't wait to play it. I haven't been there yet.
It pulls you back to the original story. Like you're getting answers that you knew about.
Big answers, yes.
Yeah, like there's just stuff coming all over the place. Well, that was a really bad way to
Whoa,
start.
wow. Oh my
my
God.
God.
Hello?
No wonder she loves Not Cry.
Oh my God. I must have missed that part. I just wanted to say on the note of burnout, I'm similar to Vanessa, where I don't really think I have felt a Genshin burnout, which feels insane to say after so many years. But I'm also a person who finds, I think there's a two-part to it, is I find a lot of inspiration from Genshin for writing. I've been trying to draw lately, conversations with people. I've made a lot of friends through Genshin and through like writing Genshin stuff. So for me, like I did the Lohen story and immediately was like, oh yeah, time to traumatize my OC. So I do understand though the feeling of feeling behind, and I know Tiff and Brandon have finished an Archon quest that I haven't even touched, and I sit here tipping my toes because I'm not burnt out in Genshin, but I'm busy. But I always log in every day. And I don't know if this is necessarily good advice for someone who might be feeling burned out or not good advice. I don't, it depends on, are you really burned out at Genshin or are you burned out in general?
Yeah, that's why you got to ask yourself, do you still like this game? So if you really
Yeah.
still like this game, just take your break, walk away and come back. But maybe
Yeah.
there's something else, like your life balance is like off, like
Yeah.
Even for me, like I feel like in times where like life is so exhausting at times, and I think Tiff, you made a great point of that earlier, like you can't control what's happening in your life. But I love the fact that I can control my 20 minutes a day in Genshin, where I pull my little silly Albedo out and I look at all the hard work I put into building him, and I just run around and do my dailies, and I have a stupid mine in Astra that I love managing, and I spend 10 minutes in because I literally walk away while it's running. There are these little things you could do to keep up, quote unquote, if that's what you're worried about. If you're like, I don't have time because in life I'm burnt out, but I don't want to stop playing, you can still just log in and do your dailies. You don't have to do anything else.
if you like doing dailies.
If you like doing them, which like for someone like me, I do. I like that
Yeah.
routine. I like coming in and doing my dailies and doing my like one wish and logging out. I feel
so
like
funny because I'm opposite. I hate doing dailies, but now that I've taken my little break and I came back, I was like, I'm gonna do some dailies. This is kind of nice. I'm
yeah.
gonna do some dailies and just remember what it feels like. And then,
Yes.
but for me, I'd rather just play through and then all of a sudden dailies are just getting done because I'm playing so much.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, oh, here you go. Oh, I've been rewarded. But it is fun to like revisit something after you haven't done it in a while. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
and again, if you're feeling burnt out and if you're feeling burnt out and you don't know if it's Genshin, you don't know if it's life, like take the break, don't take the break. It's really up to you and what you're feeling. I know for me, there have been times where I'm like, I'm not feeling burnt out in Genshin, so but what am I feeling? And then I've like switched locations of my dailies, and I felt totally better, which is so silly to say. But for some people, I think it's hard to pull back from certain things.
It's hard too if you have other games in your repertoire that you want to play. Like for me, I was just neglecting other things. Like I'm not reading enough. I want to like sit down with my book a little more. Like things like that, where it's like
Yeah.
managing all the hobbies and all the recreational things we want to do can be kind of overwhelming too if you have a lot of things you like doing. So
Your IRL should come first. Like Tiff said, your health, the family things that are coming up,
sure.
getting your eyes off the screens, whatever it is that's causing you to be exhausted in life, if that is the way you're feeling. But if it's what you like, come back to it in a few months. Just log in to do your dailies to feel like you're doing something, if that's the way you feel. Like you need to feel some level of production in the game.
I was gonna say, like, what if Jean is my family?
If
Yeah.
she's your only family, you gotta come
I
back.
mean,
Yeah. Life be lifing, but Jean will always be there.
And I will say too, and this will be my last note on it. Sometimes when you have a lot of friends that are in a similar fandom to you or community to you, there is this feeling of, well, if I don't keep up with the game or I don't keep up with the show, I'm not going to be able to talk to these friends and these people that I look up to or I look forward to being with. And it's not true. There are some friends that I have where we're all writing together and several of them haven't started Not Cry. It has not stopped us from talking and hanging out about the game or about other things. So don't let that fear too of possibly like losing a friend group or losing a community
I mean,
scare
some people
you.
don't like Gorou, and we still talk to them.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
I was surprised you wanted me on the pod again. I was like, I haven't been playing that much. I'm not
No,
up to
we always
date,
want you on.
but it doesn't matter if I'm up to date. I'm still here.
Right. Vanessa, great example. We love Vanessa and we wanted her on.
Even
Like,
though I don't play every day, you still love me.
it was not stopping us.
Me
So,
too.
but thank you, Carrie, for your
That was a
question.
great
Thank you.
question.
you.
If you have any further like questions or you want to better explain your burnout, you can always feel free to email us a little bit more too.
Yeah, send us your burnout stories.
Yes, please. Oh my God. I would love to read those. I feel like reading other people's burnout stories makes you feel seen, you know?
Mhm.
So definitely feel free to tell us. Our next message comes from Misty May 07. And they asked, do you think Mizuki and Zhao would get along or no?
Ugh,
Is she the
what a
therapist?
great
Yes.
question.
So Mizuki is a newer
yes.
Inazuma character who
I
is a
remember her.
yokai.
Mm-hmm.
Did we do an episode on her?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I think when she
Yes,
first
we
came
did.
out, you did one. Like
Yeah.
right around when she first came out.
Huh.
Yeah.
She came out with like that
Oh,
one,
it was
right?
this season.
Remember the fever dream of her
Yeah.
story
Oh,
quest?
yeah. I just
Yeah.
thought maybe we were talking about it.
It's all
We
blending
bring up
together.
her franchise over in Outland a few times too.
Yes. If you don't know who Mizuki is, you can check her out in episode 124. And if you don't know who Zhao, I have some questions, but we talked about him a lot in episode 6, which was all about the Yakshas, which he
Mhm.
is. So,
Yeah, sometimes it's weird to think that somebody might not know a Leeway character, but they might be brand new and only be in
Yeah.
Mondstadt.
exactly. So
And
that's,
that's
if you,
okay.
yes. And there's where you can find some helpful hints about Zhao if you need it.
My first, I don't like to usually answer a question with a question, but does Zhao really like anybody?
He
The
likes
Traveler.
When it
Tao
really comes down
He
into it.
likes Lumine.
and Zhongli.
Yeah.
He's just like, ugh, people.
Barely. He tolerates
And he
them.
likes Boss.
he likes
tolerates
loss.
No, Boss.
Oh, I thought you said loss. I was like, he
no.
likes loss
I'm
because he's so
dead.
emo.
No, he likes Boss, the person who runs the inn.
But again, does he like them or does he tolerate them?
I think he likes them, guys. I think the misconception with Zhao is that he doesn't like people when he's more so worried about
does.
contaminating people.
He's been through a lot. The
He's
boy
been
has
through a
seen
lot.
some things. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, like it.
Let's talk about dream eating.
Do you think it tastes like almond tofu?
Tofu. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like Mizuki's whole thing is like, I eat dreams, and But we know that Zhao does too, right?
I mean, they could totally bond over that.
I didn't even think about that. I hate it.
What's the
Yeah.
little thing that she has, like a little
Baku.
Like, yeah.
He would hate the Baku part. Like, he would hate the little floaty friend.
Yeah. He'd be like, get out of here.
He would hate the spa for sure. He'd be like, I will not relax.
She is a standard character.
She's a 5-star though, right?
Yes.
He eats dreams, but like she does it like
Professionally.
professionally.
He
Yeah.
gets paid to do
He
it.
gets paid
Yeah.
for it.
Maybe he could work at the spa.
Like I like to paint, but I'm not a painter.
Oh my god, that would be such a good storyline if she hired him and he was like reluctantly working for Mizuki.
Yeah.
And it was like, I guess I'll eat these dreams. Because
Yeah.
they taste like almond tofu.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's like, can you eat the ones that I can't stomach?
Yeah.
And he probably could. That would be the key difference.
Are we shipping?
Ooh.
At least friending.
I like it.
I kind of like it.
Is there, because they're both, they're not the same type of mythical beast, but they're
He needs therapy.
the two different sides of
He
it.
needs therapy. Who doesn't need fucking therapy in this game?
I know.
She's a
That's why she's
therapist.
there. Yeah.
I can't. There's two
Does
known
she
therapists.
like tofu. Let's see. Let's look up
She's used to eating
Mizuki.
bad dreams and they suck. Like,
What if she ate his dreams to help him? The angst.
Oh
the
my
they
God.
just sat there
love.
eating each other's
Is
dreams.
this like a new kink? I'm gonna eat your bad dreams.
Ew.
See those dreams.
Oh no.
Like plucking them out like cotton candy.
Ew.
I heard you like to cuddle with those dreams at night.
What if he though, like if he started hanging out with Mizuki and the Baku and like started eating dreams, like if he doing all of that, and then he had to do the fever dream, like floating through the air with the Baku who are just chomping down all over the place. And he like really liked it, and all of a sudden it was like giddy, like Xiangling on some crazy without his ice pop.
You're like, what if he experienced happiness?
Yeah. And he's like, oh my god.
God. He would go straight to Hutao. No.
She's a yokai, you said?
She's
Mhm.
yeah.
A
She's a yokai.
Baku.
And he is /
Yaksha /
Yaksha.
Adepti,
do
kind of.
they get along?
They don't know each other.
So our last episode, which was Jet Part 2, and we touched on Lilipar. Lilipar.
No.
So when I was researching that, I came across like where she was talking about how the Jinn are familiars of the goddess of flowers. And she says something like, just like the blah, 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 and the blah, 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 and the Yaksha.
Mm.
And I was like, oh, so like the Yaksha, because that kind of like, we've always been like, what is the Yaksha? Like, are they gods, like demigods, like what? And I think that it's sort of lumped in the category of like a Jinn, which is like a familiar of a god.
Now, would Oz be a familiar to Fischl?
He is. He's categorized as such, I believe.
So you're saying that Fischl is a god, Tiffany?
She's my god.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen
Also,
the girl?
her mom makes a mean cold cut platter. Right there.
True.
Godlyhood.
Oh my god.
It's not wrong.
Yeah.
And
I
am-
mean, it's been like 2 months since I've talked about the cold cut platter, so.
Listen, I'm the official expert. I agree.
Oh no, cold
is a
cut
goddess.
platters freak me out.
No, you haven't been near the right cold cut platter. Clearly.
Clearly.
I'll take a veggie one.
Yeah.
Exists.
I mean, Fischl's mom was like making the charcuterie trend happen. She was just doing it with cold cuts only.
That's like her whole trauma.
Yeah.
Poor Amy. She's been through it.
She was like, I had a pet pig.
I think they would get along, though. Going back to the question.
Yes,
Mizuki
going back to
and
the
Zhao,
question, yes.
I think they could even, eat dreams together at night. So
It's the story we need to see.
It's romantic. I love it. I really like it.
it could start with like a cute little therapy sesh.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mhm.
unethical, actually. Let me stop.
I'm
Oh,
going to eat
dead.
your dreams.
I'm gonna date
and
my
then you're going to
therapist.
eat my dreams. And then we're going to eat people's dreams.
And then you have to get a new therapist because we can't keep doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't date your therapists, people.
No, no,
No,
no.
don't.
please
Yeah,
Not
don't
don't.
do
okay.
it.
Well, Mitsime, thank you for your
Thank you.
question.
Thank you.
That is all the time we have for today, travelers. If you like this episode or you didn't and you want to provide some feedback, you can feel free to email Albano at talesoftevatpod@gmail.com. You can also feel free to reach out to us on social media. We're on Instagram, Tales of Tevat Pod, and Twitter, Tales of Tevat. You can find us on Blue Sky, Threads, and YouTube under the same handles. Additionally, travelers can feel free to check out our Ko-fi, where you could buy us a cup of coffee, or check out our merch store, where all proceeds go to funding the Twink Tank and funding this podcast and making sure that things are running smoothly. We'd like to thank Vanessa for joining us again tonight in
Yes.
Angel Share with her sparkling cider.
Well, thank you for
Ooh.
having me. It's a non-alcoholic cider.
Yeah, sparkling.
Okay.
Just some
Don't- yeah,
sparkling.
Diana approves.
Yeah, we're trying to take down the alcohol industry together, me and her.
Vanessa, is there anywhere that our travelers can go to keep up to date with you and check out what you're up to, whether Genshin or not?
Really up to much these days. Yeah, I mean, I'm on the internet. I am talking about library stuff all the time and archives. So if that's your thing, you can follow me. I am public on Instagram. It's 52GATOS. It is where I mostly post now. And it's just
Woo!
library archives related things and some occasional game stuff, not much, but lots of tabletop gaming, Magic the Gathering, Fortniting with friends, that kind of stuff. Not too much of too exciting things going on, but follow me there.
Everything's exciting. We'll have the link to Vanessa's account down in blue in the description on our website if you want to check her out.
Thanks for having me on here today. I really
Thanks for
appreciate it.
joining
Thanks for
us.
joining
Yes,
us.
of course.
such a fun tradition
it.
that we have here now.
I'm
Mhm.
slightly gonna forgive you for choosing the episode of the person I hate.
Well, he's an archer.
Okay.
Have I ever done a non-archer?
Yes,
Which one?
Xiangling.
Oh.
And she doesn't even like Gorou that much.
No, I
So
really
she's
don't.
like,
I'm on the fence.
she's like,
Yeah.
neutral party.
I forgot we did Xiangling. That's a god, though. Anyway, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
In our next episode and our season finale,
Ooh.
we are going to be talking all about Song of the Welcome Moons, Acts 9 and 10, when we talk about Sumeru's Awakening. Until then, safe journeys, travelers. We will see you next time.
Bye, Miss Hina nerds. That's life.
That's live.
Hey, Tiff, do you like him now?